through party.
So tell them about our bags.
So our bags are Zuka bags, and
oh, welcome.
Our bags are Zuka bags, and they are a frame bag that you can buy the bags separately to go on the frame, and the frames can hold 350 pounds, I believe. So they make an excellent chair. Love these bags. I actually have my name on it, Minky.
I got Killer Bee on mine, as I have a Killer Bee on my helmet.
And we wear a lot of protective gear, having come from a skating background of roller derby. The gear is partly a comfort item in falling. So at this point, it's almost like a security blanket. If I don't have it, I'll skate nervously and I'm more likely to fall. But we do sometimes get up to some pretty good speeds on a downhill.
We've fallen, and if you got gear on, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and so we're already prepared, and so we can feel more comfortable doing those a little bit faster speeds than you would want to comfortably do if you weren't protected. But also, the helmet that we'll be putting on here in a little bit.
I have mine on.
I'll be putting on a little bit here in a moment. Is particularly important to us, as in roller derby, I've already had 2 concussions, and I do not want to risk any more concussions as much as I can. Obviously, a helmet is not foolproof in preventing concussions, but they can greatly reduce your chances, and I'll take that deduction.
We see so many people skate, well, not a lot of people, but most of the people we see skating don't wear any gear. I would say helmet and wrist guards are baseline. You can skin up your knee, you can skin up your elbow and learn from that, but if you break your wrist or get a concussion, that's a lot worse. I will skip it today, but normally I wear a mouth guard as well.
I do not. However, roller derby, you have to wear a mouth guard as well, on top of the gear that we are currently wearing.
Refs don't, because we have whistles in our mouth. But this is what we do when we're not skiing, hiking, or backpacking. We skate.
As long as it's dry enough.
Right.
We live in an area that gets a lot of water, and skate wheels and water do not mix. So you'll notice, maybe, that I have 2 different color laces, because when you're in roller derby, as long as I was, everybody kind of has their own way of doing their laces that works for them. And I found that I need more room in my toe box, and across the arch of my foot, I want it really nice and snug, and so I can get a lot of control in my skate. And so I have a different set of laces for the toe area, so I can keep that area nice and loose. And then I have a longer set of laces for arch and ankle area, so that I can lace it up nice and snug, but also I go underneath and back up again, and it just gives me that much more security and control in my laces. I know some people who like their skates looser, and they skip holes and they do some really weird lacing techniques. But I found that 2 sets of laces with a short lace in the toe box and a long lace on the other area works for me.
Did not bring headphones. Yeah, there was something else we can.
Yeah, I think
Normally we listen to music while we go on headphones, but forgot that today. That's okay, we can talk to you more on the camera. I'm going to put a little bit of sunblock on myself.
So we're skating today at Minto-Brown Island Park. It's the largest park here in Salem, but it also is larger than Central Park in New York. Central Park in New York is about 800 acres, and Minto-Brown Island Park here has 1,200 acres and has some nature conservatory areas, some wetlands, some forest areas, some meadows, and it's just a really cool park. It's got 29 miles of trails, and I would say probably almost half of that is paved.
10 to 15.
I like the globe and the taco bridge.
I'm going to show you around a little bit more here. So this is one of the parking lots here, and there looks to be a event going on over here at the gazebo. So I think Claire's about ready. We'll get into, we have a path that we skate. It works about out to about 11 miles total. I need my sunglasses.
I have to enjoy my coffee, man.
Yeah. Half a mile. Anytime. This is a pretty good hill here.
There's definitely water across there, so we're turning around because while it is shallow enough for the runners, as you can see,
Or bikes.
Or bikes, it is a no-go for bearings and skates. So we're going to turn around and go back up the hill.
Woohoo! Hey. Say hi. Crossing the street. So we are coming up on downtown.
Total 2.5 miles. 21 minutes, 20 seconds. Current speed 10.4.
So, sorry, we're coming up on downtown Salem. But before we get there, and Riverfront Park, we have to cross the river. The bridge that's over the river we call the Taco Bridge. Got some puppies coming up. This is Riverfront Park from the bridge. Normally there is a paddle boat docked right down there. I wonder if they're out on the river. Bike behind us. Okay, so up here we're going to take a right and go out to the river. Not sure if there'll be water on the path there like there was on the other one, but we're gonna find out. So to get to the river, we have to take a right up here. Going straight is not an option, it is gravel. We are out here at the river. The water is pretty high. of people out here today.
Dusty part. There's a dusty part.
This is why we can't have nice things.
In front of us. That's level. I don't know if you can tell. It's a not real bad hill, but it's definitely a hill.
That was the worst. That was a long dusty patch.
This is one of our more brutal hills in front of us. I have it level. I'm gonna switch it. Let's see if you can see Justin struggle to come up it. It's a rough hill. They're rough, but it's short, so at least there's that.
There's my car. We're back at the parking lot. Finished the front loop, and we're heading to the back of the park for the back loop. Nice and shady back here.
Now we're coming up on one of my favorite areas. This section has nice, wide, pretty smooth area to skate, and it's shaded, which makes it more difficult to try and get any like winter or early spring skating in because of the leaf cover. Even when it hasn't been raining, this area stays damp, but it's quite beautiful underneath this canopy. There's a view of Justin behind me, enjoying the canopy as well. The dog barks to scare the crap out of me.
Yes. Sometimes we get dogs get excited about our wheels. So this is a loop left and right here, but the connector is not very skatable. It's an old road that's shut down to traffic, and it's just so harsh on the wheels. So we go out one way. We actually do a small loop, I'll show you. Come back up this route and then go back down the other way and turn around again. About to climb a hill. This gets a little hard on skates. All right. Bike. Okay, so there is a junction here. We're gonna go straight and then do a small loop and come back on this trail. In order to do that, we have to skate on the actual road with cars. No biggie. Totally safe. Those are cherry pits from the cherry trees. Not too bad this year. It's been really bad in the past. By the way, we live in Salem, Oregon, Cherry City. A lot of apple trees here. Lots and lots of apple trees, and if you hike off trail, more apple trees everywhere. Coming up on the railroad tracks, and beside us is the road that we're going to skate back on. So we're about to turn around up here, hit the road.
Road skating. This is the one section that I don't mind road skating. It's got a lot of tar on it, but it is a relatively smooth area. It usually doesn't have too much gravel on it. It's a nice spot. There's usually this car of some sort parked there. And I always worry about in road skating, someone opening their door. So if I see a car like that, I try to skate away from it a little bit. Obviously, you're gonna skate away from it like that, you're going more in the road, you should definitely watch for cars. The road is clear. Nice road skating. This is fun. I never actually filmed when I skate on the road like this. But as you can see, there's so much traffic right here. Not.
Getting off the road. That was a pretty good climb. Car. Ooh. These maps are all over the park.
Okay, well, just missed it, but there was a bunny rabbit, and there tends to be some through here, so I'm just gonna film and hope we get to see one. 5 bunny rabbits. Either this section or the section we just skated through, but I didn't see any. And now we're gonna come up on probably our least favorite bridge, but it is much improved from it was last year. So he's slowing down because this has got a pretty steep downhill right before the bridge, and this bridge is probably not the best, but like I said, they did make a big improvement on it last year. Oh, it's much better. Much better. There's a couple of spots. And what's really fun after this is that's uphill. I'm gonna go back to just me going up this hill.
And we're back to that junction. Going back the way we came. going down the hill that we climbed up earlier that was hard to climb up.
This is one of my favorite things. Going down this hill, he goes to the side of the bumps, and I go right on top of him because I like to jump. Here's the jump. And I'm coming up on the top of him. I missed the jump. I missed the jump. How did I miss the jump? We have seen in the past here a car doing some sort of turtle research in this area. Meadow. Justin's back there trying to get a picture of the eagle. There are definitely eagle nests in this park. There are times when the area we skated earlier to go over to the river, they close that whole section when there's an active eagle nesting, like babies kind of thing. I think it's mostly for the birds, but I think it's also to help prevent people attacks from the eagles getting a little defensive. But I could be just making that up. But it's definitely to keep the area quiet for the birds for sure. Another restoration area. It's quite beautiful out here. And Justin came up behind me.
There is, what they say, 29 miles of trail. There's quite a bit more gravel and off-road trail than there is on-road trail or paved. So we're coming up to our stopping point because this loop to go to the other area is connected by this old road that is very harsh on skating wheels. You can see it there. So we're just going to turn around, go back this way.
And around the corner he comes from our turnaround from what we call rough road that we don't skate on very often. We've done it a few times. Oh look, there he is. Up the hill, around the corner. Oh look, it's more road to skate on. Oh wait, I did that already.
9 miles so far.
This is a beautiful area. And at this time of the day, I've got some shade on it. So I was hoping to see some sidewalk chalk markings. I saw some back there and I didn't have the camera out. But I just wanted to say, one of the really cool things about this park for me is there's a lot of races that I don't participate in, but there are all kinds of races, triathlons, bike racing, running, of course. The triathlons are, in case you don't know, where they do a section running, they do a section on bikes, and they do a section swimming on the river. And obviously there's also a lot of kids that come out to this park, and the combination between the kids and all the races. There's
That's
a lot
the,
of sidewalk chalk.
turtle habitat.
And usually the sidewalk chalk has got positive statements on it. You can do it, you know, all kinds of different things. You're beautiful. There's literally could say anything. Sometimes it's just drawings. I saw a heart back there somewhere. Anyways, I just love looking at all the sidewalk chalk. And it's definitely not just kids that do it. I've not seen any like majestic arts or anything like that, but it's still a fun thing about this park.
All right, we are back to the parking lot, and we're going to do what we call the small loop, which is out a way we went before, but then taking a different way back to the parking lot. So right now we're heading back towards the dog park, and then we're going to cross the road up here.
Total 10.49 miles. 1 hour 24 minutes 5 seconds. Current speed 10.1.
Do it again.
There she goes. Try the other side. There you go. She does not do backwards skating out here.
This area's clean enough.
It is a little bit nerve-wracking. Any kind of rock or twig can send you on your butt. So this junction coming up is the way back to the parking lot, small loopish. So there's a road there. I'm going to take the second one, which is a little bit steeper, off in that direction.
All right, we're gonna go down this hill. Him, not me. It's one of my favorite spots. Let's go downhill. I'm getting some pretty good speed here. All right, that was the last big hill. And now it's basically cool down. We're basically done. I'm gonna guess that we probably will accomplish around 11 miles today by the time we get back to the car, which is not that much farther. I'm out of breath still from that last hill. There's like 3 little hills after our big downhill, which is usually the last thing we do when we skate this pretty typical route, because we do this pretty often. He's just chilling in the back there. He'll catch up with me in a minute.
Almost back to the car.
Lots of puppies out here at Minto. Lots of puppies. And there's Justin. Try to keep as many people out of the camera when I can. Not everybody wants to be filmed. You can see the parking lot, so we're almost there.
So we are almost back to the car, and we're gonna just pull out our bags and take off our gear and head home. So that is all for now. Thank you for joining us in Minto-Brown Island Park for 11.5 mile skate. Peace.